Should I see a movie this weekend? This is as good as a movie can get, and it's so great that they're still making these kinds of movies. It's On Cinema at the Cinema with me, your host, Tim Heidecker. Hi everybody, my name is Tim Heidecker. You're watching On Cinema at the Cinema, the webisodes that talk about what movies are coming out this weekend, and hopefully give you some advice as whether or not you should see these movies coming up. Some of these movies you should skip because they're junk. My guest is Greg Turkington.
Hey guys, good to be here and to be part of the On Cinema family and celebrating another successful episode.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody for their support and enjoying these episodes. And we've gotten a lot of people thanking us for recommending The Hobbit. People were nuts about that movie.
And it's been a big hit.
Yeah, and congratulations to Peter Jackson, the king of movies. Our movie today is called Jack Reacher. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie, starring Tom Cruise. And I'm so glad to see Tom Cruise back in the mix. Last year, he destroyed it with Mission Impossible 5. And it was such a fun movie, and I love that movie so much. So good for him. This movie is about a homicide detective who digs deeper into the case of a trained military sniper who shot 5 random victims. That sounds pretty good.
It's an instant classic, and it's good to see Tom Cruise back in the news. Not for some of the strange things that he's been involved in, but for what he's best at, which is dodging bullets and dealing with runaway trains rather than in the scandal sheets where we've seen a lot of them these past few years. And that's not fair because he's a fine actor and has a lot to offer.
Definitely in my top 3 actors, you know, when it comes to the people I love to see. I love Robert De Niro, I love the director Steven Spielberg, and I love Tom Cruise. So I'm giving that one the highest score you can give it, which is 6 bags of popcorn and 6 sodas. And Greg?
I'm going to have to say 5 is the highest. That's, at least for me, that's the highest you can give. And I would skip the sodas. It's a good movie, but
definitely
stick with the 5. It's definitely a popcorn movie.
All right, we got Cirque du Soleil, Worlds Away. If anybody is not familiar with Cirque du Soleil, then you should look it up online because it really is about a circus on ropes and with a tightrope and clowns and the things that you'd see at a circus, but even better than a circus. This is very much like going to see Cirque du Soleil, except it's been filmed and shot and you can watch it as a movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. If you can't get to Las Vegas, I mean, if you're lucky you can because it's a fun city, but if you can't get out there to see Cirque du Soleil in person, go to your local Cineplex or your local drive-in or just your local theater and see this movie. It would be great on IMAX. It's also probably on the regular screens too.
So I'm giving Cirque du Soleil 5 stars and 5 bags of popcorn, 4 bags of popcorn. And because it is a bit long and also some of it's in French.
I'd have to give it 4 bags of popcorn. If you like juggling and ropes and the life of a circus performer, I can't recommend it enough. I give it 5 bags of popcorn.
Wow.
And a cotton candy.
All right, so let's move on. If you are going to stay home and watch movies at home, then we recommend this. It's one of our popcorn classics.
Today on my segment, Popcorn Classics, we have Dick Tracy starring Warren Beatty.
Oh, well, I actually have a movie instead that I want to just surprise you with. This is a little surprise on your end. This time I brought in a movie.
All right.
So put Dick Tracy away. Put the dick back in your pants. Can we use that? I don't know if we can get away with that. I brought in Star Trek 4. If anyone listens to the podcast, they'll know that there's been a big disagreement between Greg and I on the plot of Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. Greg seems to insist that Star Trek 2 is where they go back to San Francisco.
Yeah,
but what's true is Star Trek 4 is the one where they go back to San Francisco. Listen to this. Kirk and his crew must time travel back to 1986.
You're reading off the card or off the box?
No, I'm reading off the box. Kirk and his crew must time travel back to 1986 San Francisco, where they find a world of punk, pizza, and exact change buses that are as alien as anything they've ever encountered in the far reaches of the galaxy. That's the plot of Star Trek 4. Argument over, argument settled. I have been proven correct once again.
Now, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, is where they go to San Francisco. The voyage home, they go back into space. That's where their home is. That's the voyage home.
No, they're from Earth. That's where they're going back to Earth. The voyage
I don't
home.
think Spock is from Earth. I don't think you've seen anything like that on Earth. And Star Trek 4.
Guys, if you guys know the answer to
This
this,
is not the artwork from Star Trek 4. This is not the real. There's no hologram. You see, that's how you can tell a pirated
This
video.
is the original.
If you look at a legitimate video like the Dick Tracy video. Oh, this is a pirated video too. Oh no, see, here's the security seal. There's no security seal.
Well, there is a security seal. It says 71797 right underneath the
That's
Paramount
called a
segment.
catalog number, so it doesn't mean anything. Anyway, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is a great movie. I don't know what's on that tape. It's probably Star Wars 2, because that's a pirate that you probably got in Malaysia or something. That's not something that they would sell at a real store here, because you go to jail for piracy, and you should. And Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty is also a film that we recommend.
Audience, would you call and write to this guy, this nut here, and tell him that Star Trek 4, if you just watch it, is them going back. It says it right in the movie. It says on the credit title sequence it says Star Trek 4, and then they go back to San Francisco. It's not that hard to explain.
Well,
Star
it's not
Trek 2 is
hard to
Wrath of Khan.
splice something like Star Trek II, which was the second movie after Star Trek the Motion Picture. They go back to San Francisco.
Star Trek 4 is about San Francisco. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next week.
Star Trek II, they go to San Francisco. Star Trek 4, they go home into space where they came from.
Well, you're wrong. I'm right. Thanks, and
He's
enjoy the
not
film.
from San
Enjoy the
Francisco.
film. Look at right here.
There's no hologram. If you look at the Dick Tracy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is. You think I'm making this up?
Yeah.
Why? Why would I
The
care?
box is falling apart. It's obviously not a real box.